Good afternoon, everyone. This is Krija Molero, and this afternoon I am going to report about the origin of life and fire, which is part of the African mythology. So here is the story of the origin of life and fire. In the beginning, water only existed and it was dark. Bumba was alone. He started getting stomach pains until he eventually vomited up the sun. The sun produced heat, which caused the water to float into the sky and became clouds. So much water went into the sky that it made the hills happy. So they came out of the water and dried themselves off. The same happened to the reefs and sandbanks. Again, Bumba felt pains in his stomach. He vomited up the moon and the stars, and they brightened up the night. Bumba then vomited up the first creatures: Koi Bumba, the leopard; Pongo Bumba, a crested eagle; Ganda Bumba, a crocodile; Yo, the little fish; Kono Bumba, the tortoise; Cheche, the lightning; Nyanya Bumba, the white heron; one beetle; and finally Budi, the goat. After all of this, he was not done. He then vomited up humans. He vomited up many men and women, but only one of them, Lukuyuma, was white like him. Bumba had completed his work of creating the universe. The creatures he made continued his work. They made creatures that resembled themselves. Nyanya Bumba, the white heron, created all the birds. Ganda Bumba, the crocodile, created the iguana and all the serpents. Yo, the fish, created all the fish. Budi, the goat, created all the horned animals, and the beetle created insects. The creatures had finished their part in creating the universe. Bumba had three sons, and they finished Bumba's work. The eldest son created white ants. After he was finished, he died of creative strain. The ants were so happy to be alive, but seeing their creator's body, they decided to honor him. They dug into the earth and found black soil and brought it up and buried him in it. The middle son created a seed plant which spread its seeds all over, and that's where plants came from. The youngest son failed to create anything except for one bird. Then the universe was finished. Cheche, the lightning, started to cause trouble. She started causing fires. So Bumba made her live in the sky, but even from the sky she could reach the ground. Everyone on earth feared her strikes. Even though Cheche was bad and was moved to the sky, people on earth had to live without her fires, which meant they had to eat their meat raw and they couldn't make good tools. Bumba felt bad for them, so he showed them how to hunt for the fires that live in the trees. And that is African mythology's version of creation, which is titled The Origin of Life and Fire. So here are the important points that would summarize the story. First, only water, darkness, and Bumba, the white creator, existed in the beginning. So they are the only existing things before anything else. Before, Bumba created everything through vomiting. Bumba threw up the sun. So the first thing that Bumba created is the sun, again by vomiting. The sun caused clouds to form, and soon hills rose out of the water. Next time, he vomited the moon and the stars. So Bumba vomited up the moon and the stars that brightens the night called darkness. Third time, Bumba felt terrible pain in his stomach. He vomited all the living creatures. So in the third time that Bumba threw up is when he vomited the first creatures, which are Koi Bumba, the leopard; Pongo Bumba, a crested eagle; Ganda Bumba, a crocodile; Yo, the little fish; Kono Bumba, the tortoise; Cheche, the lightning; Nyanya Bumba, the white heron; one beetle; and finally Budi, the goat. Next, he vomited the first men and women. Only one man was white like Bumba, and the sole white man is Lokoyuma. Now, it is up to the animals and humans to finish the creation of the universe, and they created all creatures similar to themselves. So, this stated that Bumba is not the sole creator of everything. Yes, he is the creator of the first creatures, but these first creatures help him create the universe by breeding and creating another creature who have similarities with them. These creatures created serpents, iguanas, grasshoppers, all birds, all fish, and even all insects. Bumba's three sons created the white ants, a plant, and a bird known as kite. The eldest son created white ants. After he was finished, he died of creative strain. The middle son created a seed plant which spread its seeds all over, and that's where the plants came from. Then lastly, the youngest son failed to create anything except for one bird, and again its name is kite. Cheche the lightning started to cause trouble, so Bumba made her live in the sky. The people on earth had to live without her fires. And to help the people he created, Bumba showed them how to make and use fire. Cheche started causing fires which frightened other creatures, so Bumba made her live in the sky, but even from the sky she could reach the ground, the reason why everyone on earth feared her strikes. Because she was sent to live in the sky, people on earth had to live without her fires. With that, Bumba pitied other creatures who cannot cook their meals and therefore forced to eat raw meat. So the creator decided to help and show them how to hunt for the fire that live in the trees. And that is the story of the origin of life and fire from African mythology. So let's talk about the culture of the myth. The culture of the origin of life and fire is Western African. The myth demonstrates the beginning of the land and how all animals came to be. This story is a creation myth because it tells the beginning of the world and of the life that inhabits it. So here are the characters of the myth. Bumba, the main character of the myth, he is the white creator. He has stomach pains which causes him to vomit the sun, moon, stars, and all the first living creatures. Next is Koi Bumba, the leopard, Pongo Bumba, the crested eagle, Ganda Bumba, the crocodile, Yo, the little fish, Kono Bumba, the tortoise, Cheche, the lightning, Nyanya Bumba, the white heron, Budi, the goat, Loko Yuma, the first human, the white human, then the Bumba's three sons who helped create the universe, and lastly is the beetle. So thank you for listening. That's all about my report. I hope you learned something and have a great day.